Hey Lorain County basketball fans, welcome back to another episode of In the Paint, brought to you by our friends at First Federal Savings of Lorain. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. That's the best way to stay up to date with all the latest content and videos. So again, make sure you like and subscribe to that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. A couple of other orders of business to attend to as well. You see this forecast magazine in my hand. It is officially here. That's right, folks. The Winter Forecast magazine is finally here after a couple of bumps and delays along the way, but it is here. So stop by the Chronicle Telegram or the studios of WEOL. Pick up a copy of the Winter Forecast magazine while supplies last. They will go quick, as I know some folks have been after these. And also, don't forget, the Not Forgotten Box is still underway with the Chronicle Telegram. Of course, a food and toy donation happening right here at the CT. The last days to donate are today and tomorrow through business hours. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you consider donating to the Not Forgotten Box here at the Chronicle Telegram. It's a great cause going on right now. So what the heck happened in this past week of high school basketball here in Lorain County? Well, let's start on the boys' side, where just on Tuesday night this week, the rivalry was renewed over in Avon Lake, and it was the Shoremen taking care of business against Avon 55-49. Now, this is a game that the Eagles had control over throughout most of the contest. They were actually up 6, 39-33 heading into that fourth quarter, but the Shoremen a 17-0 run to start that fourth quarter. They hang on to get the victory. You had 4 guys finish in double figures for the Shoremen. Seniors Matt Stewie and Keegan Ruddick had 11. Senior Colin Stewart had 10, and then junior Peyton Lurch finished with 11 as well. Peyton had 3 threes from the outside, so the Shoremen getting it done. That senior leadership really helping them in the rivalry game there. How about Ryan Walsh at Elyria? I told you guys at the start of the season, you better start paying attention to this young man, and he proved it earlier this week, knocking off Berea Mid-Park basically at the buzzer with a 3-point shot. The Pioneers win it 64-62. This was a game that Ryan really struggled early on. He actually entered the fourth quarter with just 2 points, but he finished scoring 10 in the final 2 minutes. Again, the game-winning 3. So a huge credit to Ryan Walsh for fighting through a lot of face guarding and some really tough defenses. Teams have started the game plan around him. Credit Mateo Medina with a really nice pass to set him up for that game-winning shot. And sophomore Jaden Crutcher, a guy I've talked about a couple of times here on the show already. How about him? A team-high 22 points for Jaden. He had 4 3-pointers from the outside. So this is a kid that, just a sophomore, can really continue to grow and develop with this Elyria team, and already making contributions, again, just as a sophomore. How about the Clearview Clippers? Haven't had a chance to talk about them much this season, but defense is the name of the game over there in Clearview. They knock off Vermilion 66-42. And again, this Clearview team, all about defense, all about intensity and pressure. They shut down Firelands last Friday night, holding them under 45 as well. It was a 55-43 win for the Falcons there. But again, defense and pressure. Back to their game against Vermilion. It was tied after 1, but a 14-3 run for Clearview in that second quarter helps propel them ahead. And then a 14-2 run in the third quarter. So, you know, the scoring runs, you got to score, but you got to play defense as well. And anytime you can hold a team to single digits in a quarter, as Clearview has done consistently this season, you'll find yourself in good shape. So Coach Jason Christensen doing a really good job right now with that Clearview team. They had 4 guys finish in double figures in that win over Vermilion. Xavier Castillo, Cy Christensen, Jai Walton, and Ashton Noble all had 10 for the Clippers there. Lorain winning a fun non-conference battle against Amherst earlier this week. 56-51 was the final there. Lorain was up 12 heading into the fourth quarter. Amherst came storming back, even took the lead at one point. Trent Branchin, Landon Bray, who had a team-high 18 for the Comets, and Ryan Yoder all kind of helping pitch in for that comeback effort. But it was Lorain that found a way to hang on. Junior Isaiah Killian for the Titans. He had 20 of his game-high 23 in the second half of that contest. So a shout-out to the Titans for holding on there. Elsewhere in the boys section of things, North Ridgeville stays perfect with a 65-31 win over Normandy as Coach Chase continues to roll over there with those Rangers. Midview staying perfect as well. A huge win for them over Olmsted Falls. 64-54 was the final score there. Ermin Plas had 22 points, 6 3-pointers he knocked down in that win. So the SWC on the boys' side this year, and on the girls too, but we just talked about the boys. That SWC is going to be a brutal, tough, fun conference, to keep track of throughout the season. On the girls' side of things, we'll start in the Lorain County League here. Keystone is off to a 6-0 start, winning their first 6 contests. They had a big weekend win over at Northwestern, 55-33. Jessica Forth over in Delaney Peters, doing a lot for Coach Houston's ball club right now, offensively and defensively. And sophomore Elena Houston, Coach's daughter, doing quite a bit as well. A stat sheet stuffer, if you will. So they're off to a really good start, are the Lady Wildcats. Midview, how about the Lady Middies? Going up to Michigan, knocking off Lansing Catholic 52-44. That was a nice road trip for Coach McNamara Cole over there at Midview. Her team is off to a really good start this season. Mary Mang, we've talked about her a lot already. We'll continue to talk about her, especially if she has efforts like this with 25 points and 12 rebounds in that win over Lansing Catholic. Olivia DeFranco, we know about that DeFranco name over there at Midview, 15 points for Olivia in the win. And elsewhere back in the Lorain County League, Columbia staying perfect in their first 6 games as well, 6-0. They throttled Open Door over the weekend, 62-25. 10 different girls scoring for the Lady Raiders in that one. So I think Coach Corey Taylor has a very deep Columbia team that could do a lot for him this season. Quickly, before we talk about what's coming up on WEOL this weekend as far as the high school scene goes, the College Corner, as we can call it here. I like to take a look at what's going on at the collegiate level with former Lorain County high school athletes, and we'll go over to Lorain County Community College, where unfortunately the Commodores boys team, they fell to Clark State over the weekend, 97-91 in overtime, but a lot of familiar names piecing together some really nice nights for that Commodore team. Looking at Jaden Roberts in that weekend loss, he had 26 points, the former Wellington standout. From Lorain Horizon Science, Quanti May, he had 25 points in the loss. And Casey Kelly over at Firelands, he's been one of my favorite point guards to watch. He had a game-high 10 assists in that loss to Clark State. So the Commodores, again, not able to get the job done this weekend, but a fun team to kind of keep track of with a lot of familiar faces on that roster. So what can you be on the lookout for this weekend, especially on WEOL? Well, Friday night, we got a good one in that SWC on the boys' side. Olmsted Falls is at Elyria. Can Ryan Walsh and the Pioneers keep their winning ways going after that win over Berea Mid-Park earlier this week? We'll find out Friday night at 7. You can hear it live on WEOL. And then Saturday afternoon, a really good girls battle in the SWC. 2 of the top dogs, Avon, will be at North Ridgeville. See what the Lady Eagles can do against a very, very talented Lady Rangers team led by Coach Amy Esser. Again, Avon now led by Coach Maggie Ferrando in her first season at the helm. So that'll do it for this week's episode. A lot going on. Some teams off to a really nice start in Lorain County as the action is quick and fast already to start the new season. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I'm Rocco Nushi saying thank you for watching In the Paint, brought to you by our friends at First Federal Savings of Lorain. We'll see you guys next week.